Hello and welcome back to my channel. You're watching Des is here, and for today's video we're going to be continuing on to part 2 of step by step how I draw noses for this tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe down below. Click the notifications button whenever you want any more updates on my video. And also, if you feel free, go ahead and support me on Patreon, link down in the description below. And also go ahead and follow me on all my social medias, and also follow other artists on their social medias. Link down in the description below. They would very much appreciate the love and support. And for this video, I'm just going to show you about how some quick steps on how I draw some of my noses once again. References are very much important, and also make sure you practice. As you can see from what I'm doing in this drawing right now, I am basically fixing up and touching up another drawing that I had done earlier, except I kind of sectioned it out so you know where exactly the nose should be positioned on the face, and also how it correlates to both the eyes, the forehead, the mouth, and also the chin. I'm basically going to be showing you guys a few examples on how I technically position all of my drawings and how I position all of the character designs that I also do. Later on, I'm going to do a quick real step-by-step. It's actually another way on how you guys can draw your noses on your characters, and I'll label them so that you have a good idea of which areas are supposed to be which. Okay, for this one I'm going to draw a quick side view on how the nose should be positioned, or just to give you an overall idea if like you're drawing a person that's like facing a side angle of about 45 degrees, which is just looking at a different side. You should be able to see it there. Also, you also have to keep in mind of how the person is positioned. So for this example, this person is striking a particular pose with their arm up and their face showing a little bit upward as their other arm is extended. I'm just going to show you how the nose is going to be slightly positioned upward as it's basically rotating along with the face. And from here you can see I'm drawing the nasal cavities a lot more in detail. And you can also see that I'm giving you a shape right here so you can see how, or have an idea of how it's supposed to look. Alright, so now that you have an overall idea of like what shape I used for this position, it'll get you ready for the next one that I'm about to do. This one is just a simple, like, say if you're drawing a simple cartoon, it's just going to be a plain, like, half oval, like this. Now for this one, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to draw like a pointier nose so that you have a different idea of what it could look like, as you see. Just to give you overall, like, how you want the character to be designed. For this one, I'm going to draw a little bit of a rounder surface, but I'm also going to give in detail on how you can see both sides of the nose, because that's also going to shape how the person is going to look, as I shade it in real quickly right here. It's lots to fill in for this nose shape. So you can have a better grasp of what it looks like. And for this next one, I'm going to show you how it's at an angle right here. So when it's at an angle like this, you're going to see more of the bottom nose, because how it's positioned, it's like you're looking up at the character instead of looking straight forward at the side or looking down. So I'm going to start with the triangle in the middle, because it's more of an upward position, so you can see the nostrils or the gnarls in the nose. I'm also going to be filling this in and drawing in the shape. Let me adjust the camera so you can see overall what I'm doing right now. As you can see, I'm shading it in a lot so that you guys can get a grasp and an overall view of how you think that it helps for like character-wise in the design. I'm also going to draw parts of the face so that you guys can get an overall view of like how it's positioned face structure-wise. So I'm not going to fill it in. It's just like a quick like sketch and design thing. There you go. Let me shade it in just a little bit more. Alright. Now for this one, I'm going to draw the nose from a side angle, and from there you can see just exactly how it's going to be positioned onto the face. See, for this one I drew in both the eyes and the lips. It was just a quick sketch in, so it's not like 100% correctly positioned, but it's also to show you how it could be positioned on the face, especially when you're trying to get an overall view of what you want your characters to look like. Alright, so as I fill in and do this right here, I'm going to show you how it is I structure it so you can see that it's coming aligned with each position of how the nose is supposed to look like, as I kind of fix up the edges just a little bit. Now as I'm drawing this and shading it in, I'm going to put in a little bit more detail on how you guys can see the overall view of how the nose is coming together. That being said, I'm going to tie in and put a little bit more of labeling for this face, because as you see, the eyes are a little bit too close together to the nose, which if you want your character to look like that, your character can, but just for symmetry and balance wise, it's best if the eyes are a little bit further on top than being so close to the nose. The same thing with the lips. The lips are overall positioned alright, but it's best that it's just a tad bit more just below the nose. As I label and show you real quick how it's supposed to be designed. Alright, on to the next face. So for this one, it's just going to be a very simple front view, except I'm going to make the, what's it called? The long area of the nose, which I believe is called the nasion, a little bit more present so that you guys can see overall where it's going to be positioned on the face and how it's going to correlate with how it's going to balance out and connect with the eyes. So as we get further, I'm going to shade it in real carefully and just show you. And for this, I'm going to do just a quick one on how, for example, if you're looking up at someone, if you're looking up at someone, how it's going to be like positioned. You gotta get a clear view of the nostrils, like the nose holes, and how it's going to look perception wise. You're going to see a lot more in the nose. The eyes are going to be a little less, and the mouth is going to just be right there. As you see this overall view, I'm also going to draw a nose to the side just so you guys can get an overall view of what it could look like, especially, say for example, if you're looking up at the person but it's from a side. So again, you're going to see more of the nostrils as I fill this in real quick right here. And you're also going to see more of the bottom part of the nose. Remember, references are very much important, and they're a real key to helping you get in the practice and just get better at drawing overall. Make sure you keep in mind, like, it's also good to learn some human anatomy while you're at it, because it helps you overall understand like the key concept of when you're trying to draw a person. Even if you're trying to draw like an animal or like a half humanoid, like mythological creature or something, just getting an overall aspect and a grasp on anatomy is very important in my opinion, because I feel like it just helps a lot, especially if you really want to design a character that's fierce, or design a character that plays a key role in any story or structure that you're trying to put into. Again, this is just one way of how you can do it. This is not like the surefire way of like, oh, automatically this is the way you do it. No, there's many different types of ways that you can draw, design your characters, and have it all play out. This is just an example, and hopefully this helps people out there who want to design characters for themselves, or better yet, if they want to illustrate and write their own stories. It's good to have good characters and the looks overall. So here I'm just going to show you guys another example that I learned when I was taking lessons, or when I was learning how to draw the nose. I don't really use this method as often. I use it, it's still very good, especially I use it for like important, like really detailed character designs, because I know, say for example, if you're trying to draw a realistic face, or if you're trying to draw a character that has like a serious epic face like you see in anime or in cartoons a lot, it's good to just practice on the details, so that once everything looks structured, it just looks really good on your character overall. See how I structure up the lines right here, and I like just basically line everything up. That's going to bring everything together once it's done. You can use this as like an outline, and also to help you guys like figure out which things are which. I'm gonna label it later. So basically the long area is the, if I'm saying this correctly, the nasion of the nose is basically like the top part of the nose that ultimately leads into like the rest of your face. The two holes are the gnarls. I call them nostrils because, you know, that's where the mucus and all, you know, all that stuff is at. The middle area in between the gnarls are the nasal spectrum. The nasal spectrum. I'm trying to get my human anatomy right. The nasal spectrum. And the two sides of the nose that I found out about, it's called the ala, if I'm saying it correctly, or the ala, whatever it's called. Those are the two areas of the nose. I'll label it after I'm finished shading, and then from there you guys can just use this as a reference to like analyzing and understanding like how the nose is drawn and also structured. Okay, sorry, let me just get in all my little details here. I always like to like use my fingers to rub it in, because it adds more to the shading, and I think that helps a lot, especially when I'm trying to just put in details, or if I'm trying to basically smudge it in to give it like a different overall look and texture. I feel like that's very helpful. Alrighty, I'm gonna write in the names real quick. I hope this helped very much. I hope you guys like what you watched today. I'm gonna be uploading my next video very soon. Make sure you stay in tune, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video as I let it play out, and I hope to see you guys again. All right, see you later.